morning for it. Nice. It's currently Wednesday. We don't have any real plans because it's still early in the week. The only actual scheduled event for today is the earlier bird meet. I think it's like 4 to 7:30 actually in the town. But right now, for the OGs who've been a SOA way back in the day, look where we're at. The OG show field, and it's as beautiful as I remember. This is actually, I believe his last name is Wilkins. This is his property. Like, this is like the back of his house. His house is up there somewhere, I want to say, but this is like his backyard that he allows Paul to use for the show, which is super awesome. Big shout out to him. If you've been to SOA back in the day, I mean, just seeing this brings back so many memories, and it looks beautiful. Like, all the grass is nice and green again. Top notch. So we came out here because I was trying to find Paul and bring him some water, because if you guys know Paul, he runs around like a maniac with his shows and doesn't eat, doesn't drink anything. So we're always trying to track him down and bring him food and bring him water, but I'm not seeing him. So as soon as we find Paul, we'll do that. But yeah, just being back out here on the show field, I mean, this is crazy. This car, oh yeah, deer right over there. Anyway, I got distracted. Squirrel. This car hasn't been on this field since 2013, my very first year ever coming to SOA. The car was still black, and then I came again in 2015. The car was brown, but not on the show field. And now here we are many years later. She's blue, and we're back. Over a little yank. There you go. Look at that. Paul's fancy new little pop-up tent. So this lot here, from the Cool River Lodge down to, I think, this entrance here, this is all going to be the early bird meet for Wednesday, and somehow now we are kind of doing all the setup, which is cool. Yeah. So there's a few cars in here now. Miley, the wagon. There's a really cool bus right there and 2 Beetles, and then I think they'll loop around the entire outside and back around, and then in here. But across the street, there's already like a good couple hundred cars. Yeah. It's only Wednesday. It's packed. Like I said, this show, every single year, we met some kids this morning from Colorado who drove over. Like, every year, people coming from Canada, people flying over from Europe. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger every year. It's just cool to see the success of this show. Yeah, it's awesome. The amount of cars that are shipped over from Germany or Europe in general this year, there's like 10, which is nuts. So, I mean, yeah. Paul's success of this show and Eurotripper is just, it's so cool to see. Oh, there's so many good cars here this year already. The Beetle lineup is serious. This one's right-hand drive too. Wow, these things look so good. I'm pretty sure they rolled into town like a 3-car hauler and just shut everything down. I love this wagon. That'll be good. And then bring this one up. And then back a little bit. Yeah, this is on. Yeah, I saw this car coming for sale a while back, and this thing is so good. Golf 3 variant, on air, 1552s. This is actually the Cox Speed lower 3/4 front bumper, I believe. I double check. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's like a mold that goes over the bumper, like right here. But that's the same company as my Cox Speed spoiler. Good hair though. Yeah, I've been dying to see this car in person. When this car popped up for sale, a bunch of people, like Nick was like, you should buy it, but I have no money, so I didn't buy it. But here it is. I'm glad you have it. Beautiful. I need another Mark III wagon in my life. Bon Jovi edition, smoked hella taillights on it. Super cool car. He said he's not sure if this is actually the Cox Speed 3/4 lower front like bumper thing, but it looks similar. You can see how it mounts right here, and this is the bumper line, and it mounts below it. And so this whole entire front piece all through here is on top of the actual bumper. So I'm not sure the actual brand of it, but it looks very similar to the Cox Speed one. Either way though, it looks so good. Right-hand drive. I'm not sure what skirts it has on it though, because these don't look like the Cox Speed ones. It might be a whole different kit, to be honest with you. Regardless, it looks cool. Rear lip in the back. Little hatch blend. Yeah, this car is super cool. Like it's mine?
Yeah.
Can I also have the key like it's mine? No, just kidding. Interesting. So it has the like the GTI edition seats, not the checkered ones. This is also GTI pattern. It has these. Look at that, the wood trim inside it too. So auto with the wood trim. I think this piece for an auto is pretty rare to have that wood trim all through the dash as well. You guys know I love my wood trim. Dang, this thing is so sick. What engine is this one? Oh, well, there's Tony being loud as ever. Is it diesel? Oh,
No.
No, the 1.8?
Yeah.
1.6? 1.8. Nice. Super cool car, man. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm glad I finally see it in person. I keep seeing it on Instagram and stuff that you bought it, but it's clean.
Yo.
I got all the brochures. So this is a JDM spec car, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, good score, man. Awesome car. See, we got Cabrio, Miley, wagon to wagon. Nice little corner going on. And like I said, all of this all the way around will get packed. I mean, the haunts at this point, it's Wednesday, but the whole town, you can see there's cars everywhere. It's gonna get crazy. And then of course, cannot discount the beautiful Tornado Red Cabrio on the OZ Pegasus wheels. I got some big brake spikers too. It's like 288s, I wanna say. I think this car's factory VR6, if I'm not mistaken. Hey man, I hear you all around town, just being loud. Love this car so much. Back her up. You going middle? Yeah. You want to be dead center, or how you want to do it? You want center? Back. Look at the trash can. Good. Yep. Send her down. Look at there's this cool stuff everywhere you look. But yeah, sorry, back to this. Factory VR6 Tornado Red on air OZ Pegasus. You don't see these wheels too often anymore, but they are gorgeous. Definitely a set of wheels I would love to own. Nicely done. Oh man. Oh, yeah, that's the Colorado one.
Yeah,
That's far.
that's a long
Hey,
ride.
props to that. That's far.
Yeah.
My man's is here. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
No. There it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna get parked real quick.
Looking good as usual. Someone left me a little Polaroid of Miley. Is there a name? Oh, there's a name. Bam. Shout out to Momo Housel. Appreciate it. That's pretty cool. Jeez. Alright, so pre-meet just about over. Everyone's almost all fit out of here, but look at this Mark 1. And look at the wheels. I'm not sure they are, but they're sick and they fit the car perfectly. I saw this across the way. Golf 3 variant on some 3-spokes. I like it. It looks very similar to my Atlas Grand Mark II. Don't know the actual name of this color, but I like it. From Texas. Another right-hand drive one. Also either Mark 6 or Mark 5 sport plates. That's pretty cool. And the rear too. That's pretty cool. So I wanted to go ahead and wash both the cars tonight before the meets tomorrow, because the wagon meet tomorrow morning and the Mark III meet tomorrow afternoon. But that looks terrible. Oh, yeah. It was supposed to rain today, ended up not raining at all. It was a beautiful day, but yesterday evening, same as today, the rain comes in and it pours and there's no point washing the car. So maybe tomorrow morning, you think, instead of tonight? I would like to wash them tonight because that car is filthy. This car, you can't quite tell so much as the beauty of like all the flake in this car. This car is disgusting. Like
Filthy. Look at the roof.
Yeah, the whole car is filthy. So either tonight, pending what this does, or tomorrow morning, we'll wash the cars. It'll probably be fun. We have the wagon meet in the morning, the Mark III meet after that. There's like a Porsche meet, a Mark I meet. There's so many things going on, which is the beauty of this event, because instead of just one car show on Saturday, there's meets Thursday, meets Friday, meets Wednesday today. There's stuff always happening, so always something to do, which is awesome. So looking at this, 40%. I started this upload this morning at like, I don't know, 10:30 or so. 40% in. So yeah, it's looking more like it's gonna be like a 20-ish hour wait per upload. And this is a video from Tuesday, and we're almost at the end of this video, which is Wednesday today. So
it's gonna be delayed.
Yeah. Well, I can still edit all the videos. There should be a long line of upload time. So yeah, I wanted to do it today, but I know it's gonna happen. Sorry. If you're looking for videos, this is it. Because my upload speed is like capped at probably like 1 megabyte, yeah, and it's doing this. So I apologize. I'm trying, but it's been, I don't know, 8 hours at this point, and we've done 40%. I've been halfway there, so that's awesome. Okay, so interestingly enough, I think I may have just broken my ignition switch cylinder, possibly. So you see how it's flashing? Yeah, I'm good. How that's flashing, like the key is in, but the key is in my hand, and I turned it, and now like the wheel's stuck, and I turned it, and then it got really loose. You know how you go like righty tighty, lefty loosey, but sometimes it's righty loosey all of a sudden. Yeah, it went righty and then loosey, and now the key won't turn more than here, but it's still saying the key is turned, but the key is not in the thing. Oh, well, it turned. But now it's like, it's turned, but now it's like out of wall. Like it's not catching the start of the car. Hey, we might have a slight problem. I think I broke my ignition switch.
Shut up.
Yeah, no.
No way.
It turned, well, I was turning it and then it went like, you know, righty-tighty to turn the car, then it went righty-loosey all of a sudden. And now it's flashing like it wants to turn on when I turn the key, but there's nothing here.
Push button.
Well, yeah, we can push start it. We might have to do a little Ace Hardware button wire up. I mean, we can make it work, sure, but like,
dang.
Cool if it worked right now, yeah, but it doesn't. The cool thing though, I will say, like aside from my car not running right now, not the biggest deal. We're in Helen.
Yeah,
I've seen people change clutches and transmissions in parking lots here.
This is the place to break down.
Yeah, every single Volkswagen person's here with all the tools. We can make this work. I'm not worried about that. It's just slightly inconvenient. I'm about to drive the car, and now it's doing the thing where my key's just turning.
Wow.
So let me do a quick investigation. I'm gonna pull the clamshell off and just look at some things, get my hammer out, tap a few things, and maybe it'll come back to life. But if not, maybe tomorrow we'll have to do a little push button start for this car. Wasn't on my list of things to do. Was not planned, but we'll get it taken care of. And it turned for a second, and then I let off for a second, and then I'll turn it again, and then I didn't turn it again. So, okay, we'll be back in a second. We'll see. All right, we're back with a bag full of wires, some other wire here, some connectors. Shout out Prezi. Actually, remembered I have a bag of wires and stuff in the back of the wagon, but I forgot. So anyway, shout out Prezi for all the tools that we borrow. You can see over here, I have the ignition switch to plug in out of this. And I'll show you just a second where I'll do, it's power to cluster on one, and then power to like ignition switch, and you just connect it, and then it does an on. And then later on, I'll either get a new ignition switch to actually swap into the car, or we're gonna wire up a push start button as well, but I'll probably just fix this the right way. But for the time being, I need the car to be able to run, so we're gonna do it this way. Thankfully, this car is old enough that I don't need like an immobilizer or anything like that, and the car will just start and run no problem. But if you're in a newer car, this is definitely not the option. But thankfully, we can fix it. Also, I was thinking, it's kind of annoying the car broke, but again, we're in like the best spot for the brake possible. But I've owned this car for coming up on 12 years now, and I have never replaced the ignition switch in this car once. It might still be original, so potentially this is a 26-year-old ignition switch. I can't complain. I've got plenty of use out of it, so even if it's only 12 years old, definitely got use out of it. So we will do a little hot wire and be back in action. All right, so essentially, this is our beautiful piece. It's hard to see, but there's another video. I'll link to this one, pretty much how to steal a Mark III, basically. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total plugs. Middle one is your main power. Bottom left is cluster. So we'll have one to middle to power, one to cluster, so this lights up. And then the next one's gonna go from middle power to top left, which is ignition. That'll start the car. And then after it's running, we'll take our top left from ignition down to bottom right, which will turn on our headlights. Because interior lights work, but with the key not being in here and turned, or having the proper power, we'll need that one to run the lights, but only at night. So, we'll see if this works. Let me put this on here fast. But in just a moment, we should have a car. That's how I start. So yeah, middle one to middle here, like so. We'll do this one to bottom left, and you should see the cluster come on in a second. So yeah, there's cluster, you can see. It all, don't laugh, you can see. So that came on. So now, top left should start it. Then he left it in, or he pulled it back out? No, he pulled it back out. So, hold on. She takes 2 times sometimes.
It worked. Good deal.
Heck yeah. Okay, so yeah. And then, okay, watch. So now switch, no headlights.
No headlights.
Now we'll do our main power from our ignition switch down to the bottom right one. Hang on. I heard it click too. And now, it's up there.
Yep, headlights. That's awesome.
So I put on Instagram, if anyone has a spare ignition switch, I would love to do this properly, but like, that works. And I guess what you would do main power to bottom left if I was gonna do a push button, and then main power to bottom right, so my lights would always work. And you would put the button splice in between main power to here, that you just toggle the power to turn it on. That's hilarious.
Heck yeah, good deal. Good deal.
And then, if you want to see on, if you want to turn it back off, you pull out the bottom left. So as soon as this one goes
pull out your ignition.
Boom. Car's off. And then redo the process. Ooh, don't do that. Don't touch metal to metal.
Yeah. Well, are you arcing stuff?
No, it dropped and hit the ignition casing. That was my fault. Don't do that. But and then turn back on. You'll plug this back into there. Touch your top left to the top again.
Well,
and then,
all right. Well, you could just take out the one from the main power, and then
yeah,
you'd be good.
I would just pull this one out and then put it over here for lights at night, and then you take this one and tap it back in there. But if you want to put the toggle switch in. You can leave cluster plugged in, headlights plugged in, and a third one to there, but the button will be spliced in between. So you can start and stop power. But yeah, we just hot wired my car.
Nice.
Sick.
Just that easy.
I mean, it really is that easy.
Now I can go to the junkyard and see if they work.
I'm not promoting nothing to nobody. This is my own
you
personal
didn't learn
vehicle.
this here? We were trying to figure out this.
We're in a pickle, and I need the car to still run. But yeah, with
just
there it is.
Little simple wire
So
setup.
when you see like movies, they're like down here, it's like
Yeah, and all that.
sparking
Really,
wires.
they're just
I mean,
plugging in a little thing.
It does work. So yeah, cool. We're gonna go start the car again, go do some hangs with the friends, and then probably done for tonight. But this is sick that works. So
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. All right, so obviously I'm not endorsing hot wiring your car, but if you have a Mark III and you've never replaced your ignition switch, or you just have a fear of it possibly going out, I would make yourself one of these. It's literally one connector and 2 wires. So easy. But if your switch goes out and you don't have a way to actually jump it like this, you're kind of SOL. I mean, we could have actually pushed started the car. That would also work. But obviously, if you're by yourself and there's not like a hill or whatever the case may be, I would keep one of these, like a pre-made little thing in your car. Highly, highly handy. Like, super handy. So if you don't have one, this is all you need. And yeah, I'll put another video in the description below. You watch that one a bit more in depth, but essentially, power to cluster, power to ignition turns on, and then power to headlights, and you're on your way. Really, really easy. So I would make one of these, 100%. How are we looking? 65%, dude. It's almost been. It's literally almost 1 a.m.
hours? Oh, no.
This sucks. Yeah, it's really, it's about to be it's 1:03 right now, and I started this. That's frustrating.
At 10.
Oh, it is. I guess it is what it is. Either way, I learned how to hot wire my car today. That's dope.
Yeah.
We watched 2 locals get arrested. That was fun.
Also cool.
Plenty of hangs with good friends, and yeah, I'm trying to post videos. I don't know if it'd be easy to try to go to a different hotel, but all the hotels are gonna have the same crappy. Actually, I've been to some hotels that have good upload speed, but like this is not one of them. Hellendorf is not one of them. One across the street, not one of them. There's no Starbucks here, so like. So by like tomorrow mid-morning, this should be done. So yeah, I apologize for the delay. Just out of my control. But this sucks. 65%. Go faster. With that, we'll end this video here. I'm gonna edit it tonight, and you'll see it next week probably, because no, I don't know. Tuesday's video will be up on Thursday. Wednesday's video up on Friday, pending. Yes, it's okay. We're like a day and a half behind. It is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You now know how to hotwire Mark III. I didn't tell you how to do that. There's videos on the internet. It wasn't me. Yeah, I don't know.
Enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy. But steal your own car. Don't steal other cars. Yeah. But I will say, make that harness, the little jumper harness, and have it in your car. Because if you don't have one, like it goes out, you could push start the car. That would work.
Yeah.
But
if you're by yourself.
And if that's not an option, like that little jumper thing, like key. And it actually feels pretty cool. When you touch the wire and it starts, like, it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah. You got the power.
So yeah, so shout out to Larry making my nice little harness. We're gonna make another one, like a more permanent one, to keep in the car. And I think if I don't get someone to bring me a new ignition switch, we'll go to Ace Hardware. I'll get a little button. Actually, there's already a switch in my car I could use. We're gonna wire it all fancy, and then use that little fancy little switch button, and good to go. So hope you learned something today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Do not forget, be thankful for a restful day. See you guys next time. Peace.